USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
I think you're on mute.
Workday starting to sound the same?
I think you're on mute.
Find something that sounds better for your career on LinkedIn. With LinkedIn Job Collections, you can browse curated collections by relevant industries and benefits, like flex PTO or hybrid workplaces, so you can find the right job for you. Get started at linkedin.com/jobs. Finding where you fit. LinkedIn knows how.
New Vitamin Water Zero Sugar Pineapple Passion Fruit is packed with vitamins, just like the amount of peas we packed in that sentence. It's packed like your tote bag, the one you stole from your ex, or your overpriced half a studio apartment, or extra rushed rush hour traffic. Packed like your calendar. Triple booked at 5, of course. Grab a vitamin water. Did we mention it's packed with vitamins?
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for this day.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track-downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
The Eagles get back to work this week, and so do I. Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is. Cover news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, right here on the Eagles Pinball Podcast Network. I'm your host, Phil Stiefel. You can also find me hosting Trending in the AM at 8 a.m. live on the STT Sports Network, taking your thoughts and opinions for 90 minutes on these topics and so much more. So, guys, I put today's episode down there in the comments. Check it out. Live to have your opinions heard, or just, subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn notifications on so you can, tune in on a regular basis to this great show. Excuse me. Still battling a little cold here. Happy Memorial Day, first and foremost, to everybody. I'm Phil Stiefel. Want to just wish everybody a happy and safe day today, whatever you're doing. Also, do not forget the true meaning of Memorial Day when you're out at your barbecues and having a great time, guys. But Eagles get back to work this week as OTAs and a very busy next 2-ish week of football and preparation for the Philadelphia Eagles begins on Tuesday. The OTA dates so far, May 27th and 28th, that's Tuesday and Wednesday, the 30th, and then following that, June 2nd and 3rd, and the 5th. They're all voluntary, but I do expect almost a full cast of characters at most, if not all, of these events, which is pretty typical for this Philadelphia Eagles team over the last year or two. And then June 10th, 11th is the mandatory training camp before the few weeks off, before the mandatory mini camp, before training camp mid-July begins. We actually don't have an official date for training camp just yet from the Eagles. So today I want to give you the 5 things that I'm most looking forward to over the next couple days and weeks with training camp, things that I'm going to have my eye on the most. These are my top 5. Now, there's other great ones out there. If you've got them, bring them on to Trending in the AM and let me know what you're looking forward to. But I'm just going to go here. My first thing that I'm most looking forward to is Kevin Patullo, Eagles' new offensive coordinator. What is he, going to look like in this new role that he's never done? He's never been a play caller. It's a very important few weeks and few months for Kevin Patullo to establish himself as a play caller, an offensive coordinator, and getting that, trust and consistency down with Jalen Hurts and the offense. So Kevin Patullo is one of the top things that I'm going to be looking for. The next thing, actually, I think it's probably one of, if not the biggest battle this offseason that we're going to have, and that's the right guard situation. Tyler Steen is obviously the leader in the clubhouse, but last year he was beat out by Mekhi Becton, who never played right guard before. So while he is the leader in the clubhouse, there are 6 names that could battle him and steal this job from him. Trevor Keegan, who we drafted last year, Matt Pryor, who we brought in, Kenyon Green, who we traded for, Colin Pierce, Cam Williams. There are quite a Drew Kendall, also, who's listed as the backup center, but could play guard as well. There's 6 names there, all pretty young outside of Matt Pryor, all guys that are going to be in Statland University all offseason here. It'll be curious to see if Tyler Steen can beat out 6 guys, some with some experience at this position, when he couldn't beat out a newcomer last year. So I am extremely, extremely curious to see how that battle plays out. Inside linebacker, Nakobe Dean and Jahad Campbell won't be practicing this upcoming week. But who is going to be that third linebacker, maybe second linebacker if Jahad Campbell's not ready for week 1? So there's going to be 2 names that are going to be doing a lot of battle this week to try and, get snaps as a starting linebacker next to Zach Bond, and that's Jeremiah Trotter Jr. and rookie Smile Mondon Jr. Now, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. came on strong last season, late in the season, and Vic Fangio even talked about when Nakobe Dean got hurt that Trotter Jr., he was very confident in him stepping in. Now, Oren Burks had a great, great run there, so he never got time. Is Jeremiah Trotter Jr. ready for that next step in his development? And there's a lot of people hyping up, rookie linebacker Smile Mondon, already call him a special teams ace. Is he a guy that's going to be trusted by Vic Fangio if there's a hole at linebacker? Now, I expect Jahad Campbell ready for week 1, but there's room. There's room for that 3rd spot. There's room for that 4th spot. I don't know what's going to become of Nakobe Dean this year. He might be a guy that we don't see till week 10 or 12 this year, if at all this year. So Jeremiah Trotter Jr. versus Smile Mondon Jr., that is going to be a key battle to see over the next couple of weeks. Keely Ringo, obviously, can he step in to replace Darius Slay, who is one of the most underappreciated cornerbacks in Eagles history? Is he ready to be a starting cornerback? I mean, his only competition really is Adoree Jackson, who's got a lot of experience, but's on the backside of his career, and Eli Ricks, who was a healthy scratch a lot of next year. The Eagles haven't brought in any more competition for Keely Ringo. It is his job to lose. But when training camp rolls around and August cuts start to happen, if he cannot grab this job and take this opportunity, it's going to be a spot where Howie Roseman tries to improve. So he's got the next 2 weeks and then the first few weeks of training camp to really prove himself as the starting outside cornerback opposite of Quinion Mitchell. So I'm really curious about that. And then a fun one that I'm curious about is kick returner and punt returner. Obviously, the Eagles brought in return specialist Avery Williams, and that's who I'm really mainly curious about and surprised about. Kevin Patullo is going to be running a slightly different variation of Kellen Moore's offense. Avery Williams is going to be the kick returner, and he's going to be better than Kenny Gainwell at it. He is going to be the punt returner, so we don't have to have Cooper DeJean out there. But will they find a way to mix Avery Johnson into the offense? In the passing game, in the running game, he's got a little experience. He's also got cornerback experience. I'm kind of curious to see what kind of a role Avery Williams has outside of just returning, kicks and punts and kick coverage. That's what I've got. They're my top 5. I'm also kind of, honorable mentions to Bryce Huff, since he is still here. What kind of role will he have on this defense? And there is an opportunity for him to reprove himself, so to speak. So very curious to see there. Guys, everybody have a fantastic Memorial Day again. We got a fun week of Eagles football with practices starting on Tuesday. So make sure you're locked in right here on the Eagles Pinball Podcast Network, and make sure you subscribe to the STT Sports Network on YouTube. Got that linked below, guys. Everybody have a great Memorial Day. Go Birds! Bubbles up.
Llegaron los nuevos McCrispy Strips, listos para aventurarse en la mezcla de mayo ketchup, la barbecue que quedó en el fondo de la cajita, hot fudge sundae y en la nueva creamy chili McCrispy Strip dip. Los nuevos McCrispy Strips, ahora en McDonald's. Para pa pa pa.
Jif peanut butter. It's that jiffing good. It doesn't really need advertising. So instead, enjoy the calming sounds of the ocean. Jif. Ooh, it's that jiffing good. Get your Jif at Jif.com.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Not all EVs are created equal. The Ioniq 9 sets a new standard. Hyundai's first all-electric EV with 3 rows. Space in an EV. Finally. Plus, with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and tech infused with safety features, this isn't just space. It's freedom reimagined. More room, more possibilities. Learn more about the Ioniq 9 at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.